This was a dude who like was running a 5-person YouTube channel at the age of 20.
Yeah.
Because he was. But the problem is he's running a 100-person company.
What the deal is with any of this? Oh, I'm awaiting that guy on YouTube, Legal Eagle.
Yeah.
I like him because he like me and him were both middle-aged men.
I bought his gavel.
But whenever there's like a legal thing with like a streamer or something, I always wait for his video because he puts it in terms for, people like me and him, guys who fought in the Korean War. No, I'm kidding. He's not that old. But I like why he does very good videos about people's legal issues.
But then in other news,
and I always like to wait for his take. But like, who knows what happened with any of that? I am waiting on his video. But I think like when there's someone like Mr. Beast whose entire thing is that they are the most advertiser friendly creator in the world, that like, anyone can buy product placement or ad space here. I am the most brand friendly guy ever. When someone like that exists and is making hundreds of millions of dollars, no one will say this out loud, of course, because it's like, it's the worst thing you could appear as on the internet is openly like jealous or hoping for someone's downfall just for the sake of downfall, even though that is what everyone does. People were so eager for there just to be like one little crack on the dam, for anything to happen, for the floodgates to pour out, for everyone for there to be enough momentum to be like, fuck this guy. And that is not a defense of him. I'm just saying that like that is a major vulnerability he had. Your thing is like that you're
having said that, when you have that kind of vulnerability, I cannot believe that he only now hired an HR person. I'm like, bro, you're like a multi-$100 million corporation, and you didn't have a fucking HR person. That's to protect you. It's not to protect the fucking people.
Right, exactly. Like that's exactly. Like I don't know how he didn't know that. And like again, having the vulnerabilities he did, who knows what he thought? I can do this forever. Who the fuck knows, right?
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, like for however like smart or capable someone is, there is a reason why, like for the most part, you don't see 26-year-olds running like companies that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. It's because of shit like this.
Let's see.
it's been a minute since we last talked about it, but there are new Mr. Beast allegations and updates. Because among other things, there's this alleged narrative that Mr. Beast is blocking people from speaking about victims, including those who say they were sexually assaulted. And in part, these updates start with Eret, Ava Tyson's partner, with there being an anonymous X account posting what they claim is an internal message Eret originally sent to mods in a Discord group. And I really want to stress this before we get into it. Currently, it is unclear if this message is authentic, right? Eret hasn't spoken out to confirm or deny it. But whether it is or is not genuine, it has led to a ton of responses online, and it's continued this narrative, and it's also led us to another big response. But with all that said, going down the list, this alleged message claims that Ava is disgusted by who she used to be, that she regrets buying Shadman art. This message also claiming that Ava didn't know Lava GS was a minor when she began making sexually explicit jokes in Discord channels where he was present. So both Lava and another person who says they were a minor on those channels have responded, saying Ava definitely knew Lava was a minor at the time. And then the message shifts to Jess, who we mentioned in our previous coverage, right? Jess claims that she and Ava had a sexual relationship, that she was then brought on to the Mr. Beast team, and that things quickly turned to sexual assault. And here, that message claims that Ava paid for all of Jess's living expenses, but that she viewed Jess platonically like a sister. Also claiming that Jess once tweeted a threat to kill herself, with the alleged message then going on to read, there has already been a third-party investigation at Beast for a couple weeks regarding Jess. However, as Mr. Beast has been under so much pressure recently, they don't want to say anything publicly in case it causes more things to flare up online. With it adding that Ava's initial response was, quote, entirely written by the Mr. Beast execs under the insane pressure of Amazon and other corporate investors, and claiming Amazon execs basically forced Jimmy to ditch Ava. But then, like I said, with all of that, we saw Jess responding to this anonymous account, getting them to share a screenshot of what appears to be part of the same message from Eret in this alleged Discord channel, with Jess then saying a number of the claims spread in this message were lies, saying Ava did not pay for all of her living expenses, claiming that their relationship wasn't just platonic, and notably saying she never threatened to kill herself, and adding, my case got moved to the new third-party investigators probably because the company didn't like the results of the original investigations, which started in early June. Yes, Mr. Beast wants to avoid anyone saying anything publicly about what happened to me and other victims so investors don't pull out. They don't care at all that I was SA'd at their company. But then also, as all of that was playing out, you had creator Rosanna Pansino claiming she got a hold of another alleged document. But they're saying this one is a 36-page employee manual written by Jimmy himself and claiming that she confirmed its legitimacy with 2 former Mr. Beast employees. They're also posting the full document to X, but going through parts of it in a video.
Yeah, there's like one of the things is no doesn't mean no.
What?
One of the bullet points is like, I mean, it's not about what you would think it's about. It's more so about like when you call up a dollar store because you want to buy everything and then they say no, then you know,
like aggressive sales tax.
Keep pursuing it. Like maybe even Jimmy, Mr. Beast Donaldson will give the call if necessary. Maybe they have like a manager in a different dollar store that might be a fan, or their children might be a fan, that kind of shit. But it's even then, it's like to put in a fucking document like that.
Where they're starting with a section titled I Only Want A Players, in which Jimmy allegedly writes,
A players are obsessive, learn from mistakes, coachable, intelligent, don't make excuses, believe in YouTube, see the value of this company, and are the best in the goddamn world at their job. B players are new people that need to be trained into A players, and
like
C players.
25, you need to be playing Steam Deck. You need to be having sex on a floor mattress, the shittiest box spring available. Half your meals need to be some type of drink. But like writing this when you're 25 is so sad.
It's crazy.
It's so sad. I don't care how much money he makes. This is a wasted youth.
Average employees. They don't suck, but they aren't exceptional at what they do. They just exist, do whatever, and get a paycheck. They aren't obsessive, aren't spelled wrong again. C players are poisonous and should be transitioned to a different company immediately, all caps. It's okay, we give everyone severance, so they'll be fine.
with Rosanna here going on to say that this is evidence of Jimmy playing favorites, saying that it shows that those who don't fit into Jimmy's definition of A player are treated as less than within his company, arguing that normal people with healthy work-life balances are not welcome, which then rolls into a later portion of the document titled It's Okay for the Boys to be Childish.
If talent, he's referring to his best friends, wants to draw a dick on the whiteboard in a video or do something stupid, let them. Assuming they know all the risks and aren't missing context on why it's not safe. People like when we are in our natural element of stupidity. Really do everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots.
I don't
this
think
just shows the culture that he is
is necessarily sinister, but just like, again, a multi-million-dollar company, which is what this is, putting that in writing is so fucking stupid.
No, it's like what doesn't make sense is like when I first read like parts of the document, it came across like, this was a dude who like was running a 5-person YouTube channel at the age of 20.
Yeah.
Because he was. But the problem is he's running a 100-person company that owns an entire chunk of like North Carolina that has products in Walmart.
Yeah.
And as an Amazon.
They're a multi-million-dollar conglomerate now. They make physical products. They are primarily a production company, but a production company that has that much fucking revenue and part like that's a real business. It's not like a business in the way that like, you know, people will start a LLC for, you know, a podcast or something. This is a real fucking thing. And you wouldn't, you know, what's the equivalent? Like, to scale it up a bit, would you run MGM this way? No, you know, no.
Intentionally building. He plays favorites, there is a boys club, and they are allowed to do things that other people aren't.
Now with this, I want to stress this is just a couple of things from Rosanna's video. If you want to watch it, I'm going to link to it, of course, in the description down below. But for the most part, right now, those are the updates we have. And that possibly in part because last week you had creator Ludwig saying Jimmy told him directly that he's waiting on all of the allegations to come out and then he'll make one reply. Which on that note, you have a lot of people right now waiting on part 3 of Dogpack 404's video, which he teased will cover sexual misconduct cover-ups. But as we wait to see what happens, I got to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts here? And then
Oh, did you see the Disney wrongful death suit?
Yeah, Jesus. I said it on Twitter, but it's like, don't you wish they had like a better opponent than fucking Ron DeSantis?
Yeah.
Like, What an evil piece of shit company.
no one in a position of power
Yeah.
that is like remotely competent is going to go after fucking Disney anyway. So in a system like ours, you will never have a guy that is remotely competent to go after. Like Sheldon Whitehouse is not taking on fucking Disney.
You know
what
the
I
only
mean?
situation where you would ever get like maybe even like token Senate hearings about something like this would be like a Republican in the White House with a Democratic Senate and House. Like that's the only time where Democrats like try to look busy with this type of thing.
That's how you get Kamala Harris advocating for Medicare for all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Democrat messaging bill saying like permanent communism now, international proletarian revolution.
Yeah. When don't hold the White House, they are doing like pretty much all the things like that the Senate is supposed to do as enumerated.
In America, if you watch an episode of The Mandalorian, they get to kill your wife.
It's fucking insane. Like,
I mean, I think they're just throwing darts at a board. It's just like a wild.
I know they are. I know they
It's
are.
a wild miscalculation to even try that though, because obviously that's going to garner so much negative PR.
Right. It is probably like on balance more advantageous for the company to just pay this guy.
Yeah. So here, for those of you who don't know, Disney's trying to get out of a wrongful death lawsuit from a grieving husband tossed out of court because he signed up to Disney Plus years earlier, a free trial. His wife suffered a fatal allergic reaction at a Disney Springs restaurant after she said she had allergies and asked at the Disney restaurant if the food actually had these things that she was allergic to, and was assured that the food did not have this thing that she was allergic to. Then she fucking died. And then Disney said, sorry, there is a no arbitration clause in the 1 month free Disney Plus trial sign up. So you technically can't fucking sue us for this.
This is like, if conservatives were competent, they would be like making a major thing out of this. And like, it wouldn't just be this case. There are so many Disney using lawyers to just terrorize people.
Wait, dude. The lawyer for the Disney, the lawyer who can't sue us for killing your family because you streamed Encanto one time on Disney Plus, is
No
the grandson
way.
of Batista,
Fuck off.
who was appointed to the Florida Supreme Court by Jeb Bush. Dude,
Fuck off.
I think part of this is like, we have such a, America is so good at just like hiding that we're pure villain status. Like nobody thinks about that, but it's like comically evil on every fucking, in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Like, no, not the wrestler, man. The Cuban dictator. Like,
You thought he was Dave Bautista's grandson?
what are we doing here?
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, he's Batista bombing the
Oh my
family.
God.
Oh my god.
Batista, if he was Batista's grandson, he would be like a 9-year-old lawyer.
Oh my god. That's crazy. Piccolo accepted the Disney Plus subscriber agreement. Like
Oh
that's
my god.
that is such an insane, like, God, lawyers are crazy.
I mean, Disney is like famous for fucking up people's lives with lawyers. They're just an insanely litigious company. And like for like right-wing populism, it would be such an easy move to be like, hey, for Elon Musk or someone to be like, hey, we're funding a team. Like if Disney tries to fucking ruin your life, we're funding like a team of lawyers to, fight back.
Yeah, like Peter Thiel versus Gawker shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, it's not Gawker. It's fucking Disney. So you can't
Right.
do that. Like
They're
there's
afraid
no
of
one
actually fighting them.
Yeah, there's no one with that kind of, no one can take on that smoke. Like I don't even think Elon Musk could. Elon Musk is also like uniquely incompetent. I don't think he can do anything.
I think this is such a weird counterfactual, but like, okay, could like, I'm trying to think of like a billionaire with like nation state wealth who would, if they were in opposition to Disney, could come out on top. Like prime George Soros. I don't know. I like Soros was a very skilled currency trader. He was a smart guy. He's like fucking 180 now.
Yeah.
But Bill Gates, maybe? I don't know.
I just don't see any of those guys rocking the boat. Like
Right,
normal
right.
billionaires wouldn't disrupt that process.
That's why it's a weird counterfactual,
Yeah.
because you have to imagine them being in a situation where they have the desire to like take down Disney.
Yeah, it's like, think about it this way. Like, I don't even think, I mean, the closest you can get to a situation like that is like Jeff Bezos versus MBS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the only time where I've like ever seen a billionaire and like a billionaire theocrat fucking monarch actually like duke it out.
And that was almost like two nation states at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's weird to think of. I mean,
like what Elon Musk did with the Disney culture war was like, I'm gonna take Disney Plus out of my cars and you'll see. Like, that's the most he did.
They never like, they'll do anything that like, just like Ron DeSantis wouldn't like want to annihilate one of the biggest like employers in his state.
Well, that was also like such a major misstep. Like, I could not comprehend like the horrible political instincts from Ron DeSantis to go after like the biggest like tourism driver in the fucking state. Like, what is wrong? You're so stupid. Like, culture wars are supposed to be a distraction. They're not supposed to be the only thing you do.
Right.
You're not supposed to disrupt capital with culture war shit. It's supposed to be culture war in an effort to like continue allowing capital to run supreme.
There is a competent way to do that. There is like a competent, like populist way to go head to head with like the biggest private employer in your state. But like, that's not the tact he took. You know, he went in on the exact type of stuff that alienated everyone in 2022.
Yeah. But has it really affected Florida? No, because fucking he backed down. What are you talking about, dumbass? What the fuck? Elon would destroy Disney, Giga Hoss. But has it really affected Florida? No, it hasn't, because fucking Ron DeSantis backed away. Dude, fucking, what's his face? Voldemort,
Rick Scott.
Rick Scott was like, yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, he literally, they asked Rick Scott, which, by the way, incredible figure in general. Okay, wild that Florida keeps like voting for him. I don't understand how.
He
like,
barely won the first time. It's
bro,
really
but
nuts.
he's like award-winning, record-breaking insurance fraud. Like,
yeah, he's not even
like that was before he ran.
Yeah, it's not like he's a regular evil Republican billionaire where it's like, oh, I cornered the market on like insulin needles or something like that. No, he's like a criminal.
Yeah.
He's a fucking criminal.
Anyway, it's just wild. But like, yeah. And then the Republican Party made him in charge of like fundraising, I think, or something.
Yeah.
So they went up to him in the midst of this like Disney back and forth between him and Ron DeSantis and Disney. And they were like, what do you think about, you know, your state's governor, Ron DeSantis, fighting with Disney? And he was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
he needs to dial it back.
Yeah, because he's like, he's a normal like McConnell style Republican.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying for him.
Yeah. The only billionaire, JB Pritzker, gonna come after Disney for not doing reverse toilet J.
Yeah. He's
gonna hit it from other angle where he's like, Disney's not woke enough.
Yeah, I always like want him to be a more national figure just so people can see that tweet, the funniest tweet ever. It's so good. I think it was so great because it was like everyone was kind of able to laugh at it. You know, everyone of every political persuasion.
Yeah, he's the best.